Attention green card holders! A massive deportation crackdown is launching this November 2025, and it could put your status at serious risk. If you've ever worried about losing your green card or being forced to leave the USCIS, you need to hear this now. In this video, I'm exposing exactly who's targeted, what triggers could put you in danger, and most importantly, how to protect yourself before it's too late. Don't wait until it's too late. Stay informed and secure your future today. Let's start by explaining what exactly this deportation crackdown means. Immigration enforcement agencies, including ICE and CBP, have announced a ramp-up of deportation efforts aimed primarily at green card holders who may have violated certain terms of their residency, committed specific criminal offenses, or failed to maintain their lawful permanent resident status. What makes this crackdown especially concerning is that it is more aggressive and wide-ranging than previous enforcement waves. Authorities have received additional funding and new directives to prioritize these removals starting November 2025. This crackdown is not random. The government has been signaling for months that they intend to focus on fraudulent or abandoned green card cases, as well as those with certain criminal convictions. That means if you have any pending legal issues, criminal records, or gaps in your residency status, you could be at higher risk. Even minor infractions, which might not have led to deportation before, are now under scrutiny. One key issue the crackdown focuses on is abandonment of residency. Many green card holders don't realize that spending extended time outside the United States can be seen as abandoning your permanent resident status. If you've traveled abroad frequently or stayed outside the USCIS for long periods without proper documentation, this could flag you for removal. We'll talk about how much time outside the USCIS is too much, how to demonstrate that your ties remain strong, and what paperwork you need to keep in order to prove your residency. Another major trigger is criminal convictions. The crackdown will prioritize individuals with specific offenses, including aggravated felonies, crimes of moral turpitude, DUI convictions, drug-related offenses, and even certain misdemeanors depending on the jurisdiction. If you have a criminal record, it's essential to know exactly how that might affect your green card status and deportation risk. We'll cover which offenses are most problematic and how legal representation can make a difference in fighting removal proceedings. What about those who have had green cards for years without any issues? Even long-term residents aren't completely immune. Enforcement agencies are reviewing databases and cross-checking information with other government bodies to identify any discrepancies or potential grounds for removal. This means even small administrative errors or outdated information could put you under the microscope. The crackdown also includes increased workplace raids and coordination with local law enforcement to identify green card holders who may be subject to removal. If your employer is targeted or there's increased scrutiny in your community, it's critical to know your rights and how to respond if approached by immigration agents. So what can you do to protect yourself before November 2025 hits? First and foremost, make sure your documentation is in order. This means renewing your green card if it's expired or close to expiring, keeping copies of all travel records, tax filings, and other proof of continuous residence. If you've been out of the country, gather evidence that shows your intent to maintain permanent residence. This can include property ownership, family ties, employment, and tax returns. If you have a criminal record, consult an experienced immigration attorney immediately. They can evaluate your case, identify potential relief options, and help prepare you in case you face removal proceedings. Many green card holders don't realize they might be eligible for waivers or cancellation of removal depending on their situation. It's also critical to avoid any actions that could jeopardize your status, such as committing new crimes, overstaying visas for family members, or failing to respond to any notices from immigration authorities. Ignoring letters or failing to appear in court can make the situation much worse. For those planning international travel, be extra cautious. Traveling outside the USCIS during this period can increase your risk of being flagged, especially if you've had previous long absences. Consult your attorney before making any trips to understand the risks and whether you should apply for a re-entry permit or advance parole. Know your rights when interacting with immigration enforcement. You have the right to remain silent, the right to refuse consent to searches without a warrant, and the right to legal counsel. If immigration agents come to your home or workplace, do not open the door or provide information without speaking to your lawyer first. There are steps you can take to protect yourself and your family legally. Community support organizations and immigrant advocacy groups are preparing to offer help during this crackdown. If you feel threatened or receive any notices, reach out to trusted groups that can provide legal advice, emergency assistance, and resources to help you navigate the process. For green card holders who have been thinking about applying for U.S. citizenship, this crackdown highlights the importance of naturalization. Becoming a U.S. citizen offers stronger protections against deportation and greater rights. If you're eligible, now is a good time to start the application process or check with a legal professional to see if you qualify. Let's also talk about the emotional toll this crackdown can take. Fear and uncertainty are natural reactions, but staying informed and proactive is the best defense. Ignoring the issue won't make it go away. Instead, take concrete steps now to secure your status and protect your family. It's important to debunk some myths. This crackdown does not mean every green card holder will be deported. Many lawful permanent residents will be unaffected, especially those who have maintained clean records and followed the rules. However, the increased enforcement means you need to be vigilant and prepared. If you've ever been involved in immigration court, had past removal proceedings, or currently have pending applications, make sure to update your attorney and review your case thoroughly. Sometimes reopening a case or filing motions can prevent deportation. If you're married to a U.S. citizen or have close family ties here, there might be additional protections available. Family-based waivers and cancellation of removal can be lifesavers, but they require careful legal navigation. I want to stress that this video is about empowerment, not fear. Knowing what to expect and what actions to take puts you in the driver's seat. Preparation is your best weapon against this crackdown. Before we finish, here's a checklist of what you should do immediately. 1. Verify your green card expiration date and renew if necessary. 2. Gather proof of continuous residence in the U.S., including tax returns, leases, and employment records. 3. Review your criminal record and consult an immigration attorney if applicable. 4. Avoid international travel without legal advice. 5. Know your rights if approached by immigration officers. 6. Reach out to community support organizations for guidance. 7. If eligible, start or complete your naturalization application. 8. Keep all your contact information up to date with USCIS. This crackdown is serious, but with the right knowledge and action plan, you can protect your status and your future in the U.S. If you found this video helpful, please like and share it with others who need to hear this message. Subscribe for more immigration updates and legal tips to help you navigate this complex system.